Namaste. Today is the second day of walking the Chamundi hills. I have undertaken this discipline of going to Chamundi hill footsteps every single morning. But what is discipline? In this video, we will talk about what discipline is, why we fail, and what it means to have a complete, total discipline about something. So, first of all, what is discipline? Discipline means creating an order within you. Have you ever wondered why we fail in fulfilling the promises we have made? Few days back it was December. Many of us have made the promise that from January 1st I will start doing this, and 6 days later half of us have already failed. We make a promise that I will start waking up in the morning, but nothing happens. We make so many promises, we promises to do so many good things. Despite knowing they are good things, we fail to do so. We fail miserably in fulfilling our promises. Why do you think that happens? The reason is simple. We have a crowd inside us. There are 100 people living in this single body. The person who made the promise in the night and the person who is sleeping at 4 a.m., they are entirely two different people. Never in our life we live as individuals. We have borrowed ideas, we have borrowed personalities. We are father, we are brother, we are son, we are daughter, we are husband, and we are wife. But we are never our own individual self. And because we have created so many personalities, whenever it comes to doing the individual thing, we fail to do so. And when we fail, we go in guilt mode, and then we never undertake the discipline. So, here comes the definition of discipline. Discipline simply means capacity to be. The person who can just be is called a disciplined person. Discipline is not simply waking up at 4 a.m. If we define discipline by doing things on time, by doing things in a certain order, then 9 to 5 is also discipline. But you know that it is not a discipline. So, discipline simply means the capacity to just be. What it means to be just be. For example, right now I am sitting here. Can I sit here for 3 hours? If I am not able to sit here for 3 hours without doing anything, or without moving my legs, or without thinking about anything, I cannot call myself a disciplined person. So, discipline is something where you just are. So, now my question to you is, can you just be? And if you are not just being able to just be, what is stopping you from just being? For example, if you decide to sit here like that for 3 hours, 5 minutes later you will start feeling some itching, some ants biting, some mosquito biting. 10 minutes later your knees will start hurting. 15 minutes later your spine will hurt. 30 minutes later sleep will take over. 1 hour later so many activity will start popping in your mind. Oh, I have this thing to do, I have that thing to do. And 2 hours later the dark will be there, then you will have fear, and then you will want to get up and go in your house. So many factors stop us from just being, and removing all these factors are not really discipline, they are the requirement for disciplines. So, forget about being a disciplined person, we do not even have the quality that will make us disciplined. And because we do not have the quality to be disciplined, we fail in whatever we undertake to do so. So, that is why we fail in our discipline, because we can't just be. So, another definition, the important definition of discipline is the capacity to learn. The person who wants to learn what life is called a disciplined person. But the requirement for learning is that you should have the capacity to just be. Your body should not disturb you, and if your body is still, then only your mind will be still. If your body is non moving, the mind will be non moving. The foundation of a non moving, non disturbing mind is non moving body. The third definition of discipline, discipline is being centered. What it means to be centered? Being centered means being fully original. When you have not borrowed any idea, any philosophy, when you are your original self settled in your own being, that is called centering. The moment you go away from your center, you start behaving like someone else. The moment you move away from your center, all these fears, insecurities, comparisons comes because you have moved out from your center and you are not able to sustain that you copy. So, centering is needed. So, discipline is three things: the capacity to learn, capacity to be, and being centered. So, when somebody has these three qualities, only such a person can be called as a disciplined person. So, think about where you are at this point in life. Do you have capacity to be? Do you feel centered? And do you have desire to learn something higher? And if you don't have the capacity to be, inquire about where you are. Inquire about your body, inquire about your mind, inquire about your peacefulness. And from that point, you build a habit. From that space, you take one action, and that action you repeat on daily basis. You do something today, and tomorrow you take the learning from today and apply them. Be flexible in your routines, be flexible based on your learnings. Don't have rigid routines. Having a rigid routine is simply like being stuck, but it is being stuck in a different activity. Whether you are stuck in a gym or you are stuck in your bed, it is same thing. Discipline is being flexible. Discipline is moving how the day wants you to move and not be rigid based on what has happened to you in the past. So, every day think, are you disciplined? If you are not disciplined, what you need to do today, and do that thing only. See you tomorrow.